Yeah, I think good one.
So let me share my screen. Okay, so in the last session, we talked about different types of deployment models we have seen. We have seen public cloud, and we are going to be part of public cloud, and we are going to have a private cloud. We are not going to see that. But what is the purpose of that? We came across it. And then hybrid cloud we have seen. So depends on the type of cloud. We are having a three different types. So one is so based on the deployment, we have a three different types of clouds. So one is public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. So when we can go for public cloud and when we can go for private cloud, that we discussed about it. And then we discussed about the types of the services we have seen. Types of services. We have seen the SaaS services, and we have seen PaaS services, and we talked about IR services. So SaaS is software as a services, and we are not going to do, and we are not going to use them, and we're also going to take them as an user. And when it comes to the PaaS, we are going to be 100% with the PaaS services. Whatever the service that we required for us, that is going to be part of this PaaS services. And then IR services is there, infrastructure as a service. And this is not our service, and this will be taken care by someone else. So depends on the solution architect or depends on their business requirement. They're going to take the services from the Microsoft Azure. So that is what we discussed about it. And we are going to start talking about Microsoft Azure from now. So what is Microsoft Azure? Like other cloud platforms, other public cloud platforms like AWS or GCP, something like that. In the same way, your Microsoft Azure also is going to do the same thing. I'm a developer or I'm a user. I wanted to take the services from the Microsoft Azure to provide the solution for your problem. Your problem may be anything. In our case, your problem is your big data. Okay, so our problem is big data in our case, but someone else's case may be different. They wanted to go for application development, or they may go for infrastructure, whatever it is. If you need an infrastructure from the Microsoft, you can take the infrastructure from the Microsoft Azure. And if you need a platform, then you can take a platform from the Microsoft Azure. So whatever the service that you require, that you can take it. From Microsoft Azure, you can have a PaaS services and we can have a IaaS services. These two are the major, and SaaS services are very less, is going to be there from the Microsoft Azure. They're going to be there SaaS services are going to be there in the form of Office 365. Okay, so anyhow, Microsoft Azure is going to provide the services as per your business requirement. You can take the services which are related to computing. That means virtual machines, you can take it. And if you want to take the storages, you can take the storages, networking, analytics services, and so on. So it depends on your requirement, you can take the services. In our case, as we are going to work as a Azure data engineers, we are going to take these services. The major services are just given here. So apart from that, there are few more services also we are going to use for data engineering. So I wanted to take the Azure Data Factory. ADF means Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Data Lake Storage Center. If you want to take any service from here, you need to be tenant in the Microsoft Azure. You need to be tenant. You have to take the rent. You're taking the services for rent. If you use for 1 hour, then you're going to pay for 1 hour. If you use 2 hours, then you're going to pay for 2 hours. So they're providing pay as you go mechanism or pay as you go model services we are having from the Microsoft Azure. So if you wanted to take any service from here, you need to be a tenant, then only you can take the services from here. Then only you can take the services. So I'll come back to here, like how we can create an account. So the prerequisites I'm just giving here. So these are all just for setting up the environment, and most of you also can do setup, and this all is very important for us. So in terms of platform, I'm just saying what are the prerequisites. Okay, so for learning point of view, SQL basics are required, that I'll take about it, and Python basics are required, that also I'll take about it. I'll take care about it. So here prerequisites to start your practice. If you wanted to start the practice, then you need to have in your system all these things you need to be there. So few things are immediately required and few things later also we can have it. But these are all things you need to make sure to have in your system. The very first thing is Azure account and subscription. If you wanted to take any service, you need to be tenant in the Microsoft Azure. So in order to make you tenant, then you need to have an account. If you have an account, you're a tenant of Microsoft Azure. And if you want to consume any services from here, then definitely you require subscription. So subscription is also required. And then you need to install Azure Storage Explorer. This is very, very important at the time of working. Everyone is going to use, you don't need to have any license for this. It's a free of cost. Even if it is not installed in your system at the time of working, you can ask them to install Azure Storage Explorer. And SQL Server Management Studio is required. SQL Server Management Studio is required. And Azure Data Studio is required. These two are going to help you to communicate with the database. Communicate with the database. So these two will be used to communicate with the database. And you need to install on-prem SQL Server. Okay, so on-prem SQL Server will set up at the time of ADF discussion. And Azure Data Factory self-hosted integration runtime. Self-hosted IR also should be there in your system. This is only for practicing purpose. Okay, so this is not required in reality. You'll be having in a virtual missions. I'll talk about what do you mean by self-hosted IR, where it can be installed. All those things we'll talk about it. And install MySQL. So this is going to be used at the time of project. So whatever I just specified here, these prerequisites are required here and there. So few things are required immediately and few things also required later some point of time also we are going to set up it. But we need to make sure to have all these things in our systems.
Hi, Bhaskar.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, what is the difference between this SQL Server Management Studio and the install and on-prem? Both are same, right? Or it is different?
Yeah, both are same. Both are same, but slight difference you can feel. I'll talk about it when we connect with the SQL Server. Then I'll show you how different it is.
Yeah, you can you can share the installing steps if you have that setup.
Yeah. I'll take care about it. Yeah.
And Data Studio is for to develop something.
Now today I'm going to show you how we can do setup and the install things only will be there. And then I'm going to start talking about the data storages.
What about Azure Studio? What is that actually?
Yeah, I'll come to that.
Bhaskar, this is Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva.
So, for the second point, install Azure Storage Explorer. So,
Mhm.
is it like any application or like again we need to create any account?
No, application only. I'll show you. I'll talk about it.
Thank you.
So first creating a Azure account and subscription. If I wanted to talk or these things is mandatory required, everyone should have it. If you don't have this, then you cannot do practice. Okay, so make it available at least by tomorrow. So start doing a practice even along with the storage. so that you will be habituated with the navigations. When I go to the data factory, you don't feel much difficult. Okay, so there are two ways are there to create your Azure account. One is by using Microsoft account, you can use it, or by using a Gmail, which can be converted into Microsoft account to create a Azure account. Okay, so I recommend to go with the by using Microsoft Azure account, or even you can try with the Gmail also. It's up to you. In Microsoft account, we have a Outlook account as well as Hotmail account. Okay, so these two can be used. Either one of them we can use. In my case, I'm using Outlook account. I'll show you how you can do it, but you can try from your side. If anyone is facing an issue, you can reach out me. I'll help you how we can do setup. But Outlook account is required. Outlook.live.com. So when you go to the outlook.live.com, when you go to outlook.live.com, you can see there is a create account. Just hit on it. It will help you to provide the details here. Just hit on it. Okay, so since it was already connected, it is showing like this. Let me take another window. Okay, so now just observe, I came to the same place. Okay, so outlook.live.com. You can find there is a free account. Hit on it. Oh my God, just now only it came. Let me try again with incognito window. Outlook.live.com. Create new. Is taking my account directly. Okay, try again. Okay, so you can try from your side. I hope it will come to you. Can anyone try outlook.live.com?
Yes, Bhaskar, I just tried, but I am already having the account, Bhaskar.
Okay, so anyhow, so you can just try, it will come. There will be no problem. Let me hit on create account here. It is there something. Yes, this window I'm just expecting. Okay, so here you can have a Outlook or you can have a Hotmail account. So it's very simple to create it. Once you create it, then you can use the same account to go into the portal. Okay, so once you go into the portal, you'll be having, let me take you through that. So if anyone is facing any issue to create a Microsoft Azure account, I'll help you to set up it. Okay, so first step is you have created an Outlook account. The same Outlook account you can use to log in your portal. So your portal.azure.com. Use this URL to come into the portal by using Outlook account. So once you come inside, you will not be having anything. You'll be having a free trial subscription, something like that. You can feel that, what you can do. So hit on it, then it will take you inside the subscriptions. Okay, so otherwise I'll give a documentation so that you can just have a look on it. When I hit on, I'm just adding here. In my case, I'm already having a paid subscription. So you will be having these options: free trial, pay as you go. Okay, so Azure for students, something like this you're going to have. You have to choose the free trial in your case if you have not used free trial. In my case, I already taken the free trial, so I cannot use it. So select offer. Okay, if it is a paid subscription or free trial also, you're going to have a similar window. I'm just trying to show you, will that come or not? Okay, so this window is going to be opened. You have to agree all of them and you have to provide these details. When you start creating a subscription, then you can feel how exactly we need to do or what we need to do it. So 55 plus services are always free and this subscription is going to be there for 1 year. 1 year it is going to be available. And fee services are, most of the important services are going to be available for only 1 month. So later 1 month, they're going to be completed and you cannot use them without a paid subscription. Let's say next. Once you say next, it is going to ask you to provide the phone number. You can provide the phone number here. Okay, so phone number you're going to provide. So payment information. So that's all. Okay, so you don't need to provide much more details. You can easily do it. If at all, if you're facing any issue to create a subscription, ping me. I'll connect with you and we'll do it. Okay.
So what about Gmail thing? It is a normal Gmail only, right?
Yeah,
Or
normal
anything
Gmail,
else
you can
we have
use
to
it.
do?
Well, you have to go for directly Azure portal. Okay, so directly from the Azure portal, you can handle it.
But you told we have to convert into
Of
some.
course, it will ask you to convert into that. So you can do it. Let me show you otherwise.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Portal dot. If you wanted to use the Gmail itself, then portal.azure.com. So here you can see create one. Once you hit on create one, then you can provide your Gmail account. Your Gmail account you can provide. So that Gmail account is going to be converted into Microsoft account.
Oh.
Okay, so in that way also you can do it.
Yeah. Sir.
Okay, clear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we have a free trial subscription and paid subscription. In your case, first time go with the free trial subscription. So it is going to be available for 1 month and later 1 month you cannot access major services which are required for Azure data engineering and you need to go for paid subscription once your free trial is completed. So they're going to give some credits, let's say 13,000 I'm just thinking about it, almost 13,000 or something else is going to be given. This 13,000 credits are going to be available for 1 month. If you use them for 1 month, that is fine. And if you use in 10 days, then your trial will be completed. That means if your credits are completed, your trial is completed, or if 1 month is completed, your trial is completed. If either one of them is completed first, then your subscription is completed. In that case, you need to go for the paid subscription. So later 1 month, what we can do? So two things are there. One is if you have a new credit card, that means which is not used in the Azure portal. Then you can create a separate account. Every step you just do newly and set up one more free trial account. And you're having only one credit card. So one time you have used free trial. In my case, I have the same thing. And later I converted into paid subscription. You can convert your free trial subscription into paid subscription. You have to convert from your side. Microsoft will never convert automatically. So once it is converted into paid subscription, from then, whatever you used, for that you are going to pay as you go. Pay as you go is going to be there. So mostly how much bill you are going to get is max to max 500 to 1000 in my case, but in your case, definitely it will be up to 500 only. So spending 500 or 1000 is not a big deal. Okay, so we can have all the services. So I'm having paid subscription only. Okay, any question as of now?
Yeah, Bhaskar. So you told, right, the like we, by going with paid service, we can get up to 500 to 1000. So is it for month or per day?
It is per month.
Okay.
It is per month. Okay, so in my case, if you take I'm having 706 is because in my stories, I have, I mean to say in my subscription, 2 persons we are using, not a single person. Then the storage also is very huge, and I have a few services which are danger services, but I don't have option. I need to keep them. Otherwise, I have to do everything from the beginning. Okay, so that kind of services are there. Like I'll tell you what services we're having like that. You can see here which services is making more price. Storage, I don't have any problem. Even I have more than 20 GB in my storage. Okay, and SQL database is expected. This NAT gateway, I don't know what is happening. I need to look into this because it is there is because of Azure Databricks. I'm thinking so. I'll tell you whenever any service which is taking more price, that services I used to talk about it. So in my case, all these things are mandatory required because for multiple batches I'm having. So I need to keep them as it is because of that reason. In my case, there will be many services. Many resource groups are there. These are all my resource groups. And 2 persons are using. Okay, for single person, you don't get that much bill. Even for me. Okay, so 50% we can reduce. Okay, so I have you just imagine if I get 1000, for 2 persons, we are getting 1000. But if you have a single person, then you can have a less price only. Okay, guys, give me 1 minute, please. Okay, so that is about how we can set up the account. Once the account is set, once account setup is done, then make sure to install.
Yes, Bhaskar. So, initial point of view, we need to go for trial version, right? After that, 1 month is completed, then we have to go for paid subscription, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, Bhaskar.
Okay, so once it is completed, then you can think about paid subscription. The next prerequisite is install Azure Storage Explorer. It's a free of cost. You don't need to pay anything. Okay, so why we are going to use this is, it is used to interact with the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. At the time of working, we are going to use this. Okay, so it's very, very important, especially when you're dealing with the production issues, then definitely you feel the importance of Azure Data Storage Explorer. Okay, so I'll talk about it, where exactly there is a much more chances to use this, and what is the purpose of Azure Storage Explorer. Practically, I'll show you. And then we can also check a file existence. Sometimes I recommend to go with the code. Sometimes use Azure Storage Explorer also. If you're not interested to write the code, or if you're not aware of writing a code, then you can use Azure Storage Explorer. So when I say code, means it is a Databricks. So Databricks is going to have a DBFS command. Like HDFS commands, we have a DBFS commands. So those commands we are going to use to see how data is there. If you're not able to write it here, or if you're not able to use this commands, then this is one of the best place to check if file existed or folder existed. And I also gave one more point. It is used to copy the data from production to EAT environment for testing purpose. If at all, if your production data is having some issues, or if there is any issue is identified in the production, if you wanted to fix it, you need to have this production data into the dev environment or UAT environment. Then how can you bring this data? Because that data which is there in the dev, I don't have any problem, because there will be less volume of data. And when it comes to the UAT is also is fast, because there also we don't have all the data. And whatever the data is there in the production, that is a live data, that means running data. And if this data is having some issues, then you have to check by using this data, you have to check with your solution. So that means your solution means that may be ADF or that may be ADB. Okay, so you have a solution here for your data, and you have to run your job on top of this data. But unfortunately, you cannot do the testing, or you cannot do the trial and run with the production directly. You have to take this data into the dev. You have to take this data into the dev, then you can apply your running of the job, and then you can check that issue. Here you can have a much more options, because it is a dev. You are not supposed to do any changes in the production data factory or production Databricks. You have a feasibility to do the changes only within the dev. In that case, you need to have this data. At the same time, you cannot connect directly to your production. That is not going to be allowed. Okay, so you have to bring some data, whatever the data that you're having an issue, bring the data into the dev environment, and then do your fixes. So in order to do this kind of situations I faced many times, and I used Azure Storage Explorer to copy data from one place to other place. We can do with the DBFS commands. It's not that easy to do it. That's not that easy to do it. But whereas with this Storage Explorer, it is very, very dead easy. Just copy and paste it. You don't need to do anything. You will be having a folder, right click on it, take a copy and paste it. So that much simple it is going to be there, and you need to install that. So just search for Azure Storage Explorer.
Just one question. So we need to have a data lake access, then only we can able to
Yes,
use it.
of course, that is true.
Yeah, because sometimes generally in the company they will provide the access to ADF only, right? Means the DBFS basically.
They have to provide storage access also. If they provide storage access, then there is a use of taking this Storage Explorer. Otherwise, there will be no use. You have to do in the Databricks only.
So it is mandatory, or we can request for that? Means in case if they are not providing, means due to the security and all.
No, what happens is this Storage Explorer you can install. If you are able to connect with the Storage Explorer to your storages, then you can do the stuff. Otherwise, you cannot do it. We cannot ask them if they don't give.
Okay.
Okay,
But,
so if they have any
mm,
security reasons, then they may
yeah.
not give it.
But there are two things. Now, one is what we cluster creates, the DBFS, like inside the data factory is different from the actual
Yes,
ADLS, right?
yes, both are different.
Now we are talking with which one? Now here it is ADLS, not ADLS.
ADLS, yes, ADLS only. And they will give sometimes they will give direct access to the data factory, not to the individuals.
Ah,
That is also there. In that case, you cannot. There is no use of Storage Explorer.
but we can try if it is able to access that one. Yeah.
Yes, if they give a connection details, then you can try. But I'll show you how we can connect your storage account with Azure Storage Explorer also.
Okay.
So in my case, what happened is, like in last project, they have given access at subscription level.
Yeah.
Okay, so because of that reason, I got a chance to do that kind of activities. If not, then we cannot do it. If you don't have access, simply if someone copies the data, then I'll do it. Otherwise, we
Yeah.
cannot. Dependency will be there.
Okay. But
Okay.
if they enable for some endpoint access, it
Yeah,
is.
that is also possible. We can use that endpoint also, like
Ah,
for some time, because they cannot give a production access for a long time, right?
correct.
So there is a option called SaaS signature. Okay, so SaaS signature access token or some I forgot the naming
Yeah,
standard.
token. I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So this access we can use there. They will give 1 week access, something like that,
Hmm.
estimated time,
Hmm.
and after 1 week, automatically it will be revoked. The access will be revoked. So in that case, there will be
Hmm.
no issue for them.
Okay, I'm just, it is not related to this. So in that case, we can able to access like kind of metadata here, or there is no metadata
No,
in this.
no metadata, actual data only here.
Okay,
So
like,
metadata will come in only Unity catalog.
okay.
Unity catalog only we are going to have it.
So that we cannot access from this Azure
No,
Data Explorer.
not from here. That is purely related to database.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's open this Azure Storage Explorer. It is used to manage your cloud data storages.
Bhaskar, one question.
Yeah, please.
So in the real time, so we are going to install this one like internally, or like again we are using the Google, this one Azure Storage Explorer.
Okay, so if you have an administrator access,
Mm-hmm.
if you're an admin, then you can directly go and install by yourself.
Okay.
That is
If
one
not,
way. If
okay.
not, you have to raise a request
Mm-hmm.
to the infra team, or someone is going to take care about installation stuff, right?
Okay.
So once you raise it, that has to be approved by your manager or someone else.
Mhm.
Then they will install it.
Okay.
Okay, so in my previous company, they set up it automatically. Whatever the prerequisites are there, they already really set up. And in my current company, I have to raise a request because I'm not an administrator.
Okay.
Okay, if you're administrator, you can do until
Okay.
unless that is a free of cost. If it is a
Okay.
paid software and all, you're not supposed to install.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so when I work for Microsoft, I used to have a completely administrator rights. So whatever I required, I used to install it if it is a free.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
And one more thing, is it the Azure Storage Explorer installed in the virtual machines or wherever we are doing that activity or in that virtual machine or in that local?
Here also again few things will be there. So some companies will work directly in a local system. Okay, in my current company, we're using a local system to interact with the storage, everything. Even data factory also, we're going to do the same thing in the local system. And some people, they may not be interested to do with the local system for so many reasons. They will give a virtual mission. In the virtual missions, you're going to do everything. Okay, if it is a virtual mission, there will be pre-setup. Mostly pre-setup will be there. If it is a local mission, that means you're working with the laptop directly. In that case, you have to set up in your local system if you don't have a virtual mission. If you have a virtual mission, that is fine. You got my point, right?
Yes. So in that virtual machine, so can we do that directly install, or we can take the approval
They will
from the?
take it. We have to, no, you cannot do it. If it is a virtual machine, we are not
Yes,
supposed to do.
yes, exactly.
Okay, so because if everyone started doing installation, that will go mess up.
Mhm.
So we have to go in order.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, so this is going to use to manage your cloud storage resources from the desktop. Okay, so you can find there is a download. So this is going to support for this many operating systems. In my case, it was already installed for Windows. Okay, so you just try. Once it is installed, then you can have a Azure Storage Explorer. This is the one. Okay, so if it is there, then we can have a storage is something like this. Okay, I'll show you when time comes. How can we connect with the Azure Storage Explorer? We'll talk about it. But do set up Azure Storage Explorer in your system. So that is what I'm just expecting at this point of time. And the second one is, it's very simple. Okay, so installation of this Azure Storage Explorer, just double click it, next, max to max 2 or 3 clicks away to install it. And another very important thing that you're going to use at the time of working, very frequently we're going to use is SQL Server Management Studio. We used to call this as a SSMS also. SQL Server Management Studio. And most of the people are going to use this. And some people also is going to use Azure Data Studio also. In order to install this tool, we can install only SSMS exe. One exe file is going to get this SQL Server Management Studio as well as Azure Data Studio. These two things we can get, and these two are on-prem client tools. So these tools will be used to deal with the databases. What databases it is? SQL databases. Okay, so I recommend to use this one because we have a more feasibility. It is not only connecting to the databases. We can connect to analysis services. Like if you have a cubes or models, then you can go for analysis services also. And if you have a reporting services, you can connect to reporting services. Many options are there, but this is going to connect only database engines only. It supports only for database engines. But you will be having little flexibility. Either one of them you can use, but I feel to go with the SQL Server Management Studio because I use this when my career was started. So that is one of the reason I was habituated to use this, and I feel this is much more flexible for me. So it's all up to you. Either one of them you can use to connect with the databases, and this is very, very, very important because we are going to write a SQL code here. SQL code preparation you're going to do. And SQL code also is important for working as a data engineer. So in that case, yeah, any
Bhaskar,
question?
what is mean by data engine? Bhaskar, you mentioned, right? There is some data engine.
Database engine.
Yeah.
Okay, so database engine means if you wanted to communicate with the databases, I have a databases.
Okay.
All these databases you're going to keep in a one server. That server is database engine.
Okay.
Without this engine, you cannot have the databases. Now to connect with this one, you require SQL Server Management Studio. So
Or we can also connect with the Azure data, right?
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
that also can use. To connect it, you require credentials. Okay, so once you have a credentials, then you can go into the server to access this database. Again, you'll be having a database access. So DB access is required. So authentication and authorization will be there in everywhere. Okay, so if it is a database related, then database engine is required. If it is a web services, then web server will be there. Okay, so
But so in the real time, let's say, I mean, we have like multiple database. So if I want to connect like any one of the one, so like who will going to provide this credential, Bhaskar?
your project members are going to provide, like if it is
Oh,
already existed project,
mm-hmm.
your lead or someone else will be there, right? So connection details or onboarding details are going to
Okay,
provide. In
okay,
onboarding of the project, you're going to have it.
okay. So
Okay,
for
so
that,
the
do we need any approval or like it's a general request?
approval is required. Basically, like,
Oh,
some people, it's all depends. In my
okay,
case, I'm just providing, like, I'm just asking them to give the access. So whatever the access are there for one of the person in the team, let's say in my case, Arun is my team member. So I ask them, whatever Arun is having access, provide the same access to me.
okay,
Okay, so it with mail communication only.
mm-hmm. Okay,
I worked in one of the company. I have to raise a request. In the request, I have to specify on if there is any reference person. Okay, so let's
okay,
say for
okay, got
example,
it.
same, I have to specify that. This will go to the manager approval. Levels of approvals will be there. Then the ticketing team will take care about providing the access. It depends.
Oh,
So someone is going to help you at the time of onboarding. How can we get the
yeah,
access? So I'll
yeah.
talk about
Okay.
even all these things, like, how we can get the access. Okay, so how we can talk to the team if it is a very new person to the project. We are going to talk about those details also, so that you will be habituated. The next is Azure SQL Server Management Studio. To get that, you can search for SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so here you can find there is a download SSMS. When I hit on it, it will come to here. So this itself is going to have a both. I mean to say Azure Data Studio and SSMS will be there. We don't need to install separately. Okay, so this installation is also very simple to install it. Okay, so once you install, to verify that is that installed in your machine or not, you can say SSMS or SQL Server Management Studio. You can search, you can find here. So once you hit on it, I'm just showing here, but we are going to see everything practically. Now you can see. So database engines are there, analysis services, reporting services, integration services. So many services are there, but in our case, we require database engine. Okay, and Azure Data Studio also was installed. Along with that, we don't need to install separately. You can find.
So Bhaskar, in the real time, which one is like more we are focusing, Bhaskar, like Azure Data Studio or like SSM?
I go with Azure Data Studio only. I go with Azure Data Studio. Now you can see here, if I wanted to connect it. Now you can see here, I have a feasibility to connect only Microsoft SQL Server. I cannot connect anything other than that. If I wanted to connect analysis services, like if you are aware of SQL Server analysis services, tabular models, that you cannot connect it here. Whereas with the SQL Server Management Studio, we have a feasibility to connect with the analysis services also. We can connect with the analysis services. That is possible. But when it comes to here, we don't have that feasibility. Okay. So that is how it is going to be there. Okay, so we'll see how we can connect once we create a database. If you have a database, then I can show you how we can connect it. In my case, I'm already having a databases, but after creation of the databases, if I show you, then you can understand how can we connect to the database by using Azure Data Studio and with SQL Server Management Studio. So till then we'll wait and we'll come back and we'll see that. Okay, so as of now you're clear on this, right? Any questions as of now?
Yeah, Bhaskar. So we need to do three things, right? One is this one Azure account we
Data,
need
yeah,
to
Azure
create,
account.
and
Yeah.
we need that Azure Explorer, and third one is this database.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, Bhaskar. Thank you.
Those things are required.
Right, Bhaskar? So this is not installing this database, right? That we need to separate install, or by default that will also create.
Database, you're saying?
That pop-up came, na? That analysis service, database service
That
and
is
all.
not required. That is not required. And see, when you install SQL Server Management Studio, it will come by default. Okay,
Yeah.
but in our case, we are not going to set up our analysis services.
Yeah, this one. Now, I don't have any drop downs here. Means whether we need to create
With us,
anything.
no, it's not required. Did you install SSMS with him?
No, earlier not. I will try to follow your steps. Yeah, this.
Okay. So I'll share that, how you can install the SQL Server Management Studio. And you can also install SQL Server also, because in the prerequisite, I've given a SQL Server as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so on-prem SQL Server I have given, right? This point, I'll give one recording. Just follow that and install. So this is going to have a complete installation, like how we can install server,
Yeah.
install SQL Server. That recording is having, and install SSMS.
Client, basically client.
Yeah.
Right.
And third is
That's good.
restore sample databases. Okay, so these three will be there in one recording, which is having 15 to 20 minutes. I'll share that. Just go through that and you can set up. You can set up it.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. So that will be having completely.
Bhaskar, one more question.
Yeah, please.
So, for the paid one, so do we need to add the credit card details every time, or like
No,
how
one
we need?
time. Basically, when you add free trial, even for free trial also, you need to have a credit card.
Okay,
There itself, we are going to add all the details.
okay.
And
So
go
after
for
that,
paid,
okay,
after completion of free trial, if you're going to make it as a paid, then it will ask your PAN number. You have to
okay,
enter it. That's all.
okay,
Okay, so if you add this PAN number at the time of free trial, that is fine. Because at the time of free trial, PAN number is optional. But
okay.
at the time of paid, it is mandatory. So when you try to convert your free trial to paid, it will ask you to enter the PAN number and authenticate it.
Mhm. So after using the bill, will get any generate or like any indication will come, Bhaskar?
No indication will be there basically. Okay, so from whenever you are going to start, that is the billing starting period. Let's say
Okay,
you started on 29th
okay.
and your cycle will be 29th to 28th.
Next month, okay.
Okay, next month 28th, they're going to generate the bill.
Mhm. So again, we need to pay the, I mean, whatever
Yes,
the things we used, the,
yes.
yeah, okay,
You can pay, it's a postpaid only.
okay, okay,
Okay, you will be having the you can consume the services and you can later pay this payment.
okay, okay. And Bhaskar, one more thing. Are you
Yeah,
going to
but
share this document?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going to share this.
okay,
Okay,
done. Yeah,
so but you need to if you are clear the payments, then you are going to get the access for classroom. Let me show
yeah.
you.
yeah, I was not able to log in. Can you show me, or can I separately call?
Okay, so if you're added here, I think Dasratha, you can log into the classroom.
No,
Like
which Gmail ID I need to use, or Yahoo mail
whatever
ID? Because
whatever the Gmail you shared with me, that I have added it.
actually Gmail I didn't share. It is taken
No,
only from the
you
browser.
you shared
Okay.
with me previously, so I took that email ID.
Can you
I'll show
just,
you.
it is,
I think
yeah.
Let me check.
I think one email ID got it like enrolled one and then login details.
Yeah.
There I was not able to log in, but I logged into the Roshan.
Okay, I'll keep it to your WhatsApp. That is what I used it. Did you see your WhatsApp?
Yeah, thanks.
That is your email ID only, right?
Yeah, email I got it for
Yeah,
this
so the same email ID can be used for recording access as well as for material access.
Yeah, please show me that one.
Okay,
Then
so two things are there. Okay, so one is you can go to your Gmail. Okay, let me show you my Gmail, my personal Gmail. Where is that? Go to your drive, share with me.
parallelly that with respect to Azure Data Studio, so we can connect multiple databases also, right? Like SQL Server, it is for only SQL Server, correct?
Yes, SQL Server is only for SQL Server.
So in Azure Studio, we can connect multiple databases.
Yeah,
Right?
yes. And one more thing I have given, I think so. The links I have given, let me check. So here I have given a links. I'll keep that in the chat again. You'll get an email notification will be there. And if you open the links, you can see.
Recordings, huh? Or
Yeah,
document.
no, material only. Recording, you will get a you will get enrolled credentials to your Gmail. You have to log into the portal and you have to follow that instructions.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're facing any issue, you can let me know. I'll help you on it. Yesterday, Wasim Akram able to access it, right, Akram?
So,
You're able to access recording, right?
Yeah, Bhaskar.
yeah. There is one join class email is there. Na? I tried to click there. It was not able to join to this class. I think that's why I asked you separately.
Okay.
But I will connect with you if I have.
Okay. Yeah, you can connect with me if you're facing any issue.
Yeah, Bhaskar, which time available for today? You are in office, right? 10 to 7.
Today I'm not going to be available. I have a little critical deliveries are there today and tomorrow.
Okay.
But today even
Mm.
I will be available. I'm not sure on today, but tomorrow I will be available after 10 a.m. Sorry,
Okay,
after 9:30 a.m.
okay, Bhaskar will connect. Yeah.
And
Okay, so
May 1st it is a holiday. So whether you are taking a class on the day.
May 1st. So how you people depends on you because I don't have a holiday on that day. So if you're interested, I'll take it. No worries. If everyone is
And
interested.
take the votes like everyone how what is the night.
Yeah, we can take it because if it is a Friday, at least we can leave. But it is on Thursday, right? So we'll take a session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, am I part of this group, Bhaskar?
Yeah, you're going to be.
I didn't get any notification on the Gmail.
Okay, Anand, can you share your email? I'll attach Anand.
Yeah, sure. I'll share it in a WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And class will be there until Saturday also, right? Or only Friday?
Saturday also, but this Saturday I'm going to my hometown. So this Saturday I'm not going to take, but later we are going to have a Saturday also.
Oh, right.
And Buster, do we have any separate WhatsApp like where we can
I
post our
will create.
query?
I wanted to create one group so that you
Okay.
people, once the payments are done,
Okay.
then I'll
Okay.
create a WhatsApp group for us.
Yeah, sure,
So
Buster.
that
Because
we can integrate,
yeah,
we can interact with each other.
yeah. Because I mean, because you are busy, right? So instead of, I mean, if we discuss internally, so that at least we get this some solution.
Yes, that is
You
true.
can advise
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah, I'm going to
You
create
can
it.
also see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to create it.
Yeah.
But once payment starts, it need to be clear.
Yeah, sure, Bhaskar. Will do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay then.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll see you on tomorrow. Thank you for joining.
Thank you all.
Thanks, team. Yeah, bye.
Thanks, everyone.